Hello, a happy and stress-free morning to all of you. How are you doing? I hope you had a good night's sleep and you did not have nightmares about the exam. No, no, that is not what we need, okay? It is going to be great. It is going to be good. And we at TESS are here to support you with everything, okay? Last night, if you saw, Kalyani ma'am posted a video about short topics that will be asked from American literature. So here I am to continue question answers, 50 important MCQs based on American literature that will help you on 1st of March, the date of NTA UGC NET English exam. Okay, so let's begin today's question answers. The first one on your screen. Which of the following is not correctly matched? Here are some characters and the works that they belong to. Tell me which one is not correctly matched. A. Blanche in A Streetcar Named Desire. B. Lambert Strether in The Ambassador. C. Moses in Herzog. Or D. Willie Loman in All My Sons. You know it. It is D. Willie Loman, All My Sons. No, Willie is a central character in Death of a Salesman, right? Question number 2. Who is the author of New York Trilogy? A. Paul Auster, B. Henry Adams, C. James Baldwin, or D. Ezra Pound. New York Trilogy was written by option A. Paul Auster. Now, I've given few important points in red. It is for your own comfort. I won't be reading it, but then if you feel like you should go through it, this is some extra information related to the answers. Okay? Question number 3. Good fences make good neighbors appears in A. After apple picking, B. Birches, C. Mending wall, or D. The road not taken. Tell me, this line appears in the poem. Option C. Mending wall by Robert Frost. Question number 4. In which year was the Treaty of Paris that led to the emergence of the United States? Tell me the year when the Treaty of Paris was signed. Option A, 1776, B, 1779, C, 1783, or D, 1790. Well, it is option C, 1783. Question number 5. Who is the author of the first American work, A True Relation of Virginia? Option A, James Fenimore Cooper, B, John Smith, C, Thomas Jefferson, or D, none of the above. A True Relation of Virginia is written by option B, John Smith. Question number 6. In which one among the following books did Henry David Thoreau talk about green anarchism? A. Walden, B. A Walk to Wachusett, C. Walking, or D. Sir Walter Raleigh. Green Anarchism by Henry David Thoreau, spoken in option A, Walden, or Life in the Woods. Question number 7. In which one among his following essays Emerson explains that the meaning behind the transparent eyeball is similar to a scientific standpoint in the Bible? A. Circles, B. Intellect, C. Love, or D. Nature. Emerson is explaining or talking about transparent eyeball in option D, nature. Okay. Now, this transparent eyeball is actually a philosophical metaphor which was originated by Emerson. He brought it. Okay. Question number 8. A Psyche from the regions which are holy land. This is the last line of which poem of Edgar Allan Poe? Option A, To Helen, B, Al-Araf, C, El Dorado, or D, Lenore. A Psyche from the regions which are holy land is the last line of option A, To Helen. Let's move on to question number 9. Aye, goodbye to you too, old rights of man. Which among Melville's characters has been uttered this quote, or which of the characters by Melville has uttered this quote? The options are A, Captain Ahab, B, Billy Budd, C, John Marr, or D, Israel Potter. Bataiye, it is Billy Budd. Well, you should know this. I really find it, different. Well, Billy Budd, we know he's a handsome sailor and he's impressed by this huge warship, okay? And he wants to give away the small ship, the former ship he was on. And finally, he bids the ship adieu, the smaller one, by saying, and goodbye to you too, all rights of man. Rights of man is actually the name of the ship. Let's move on. Question number 10. Which character is a Huron scout secretly allied with the French in Cooper's novel, The Last of the Mohicans? Option A, Natty Bumppo. Option B, Chingachgook. C, Magua. Or D, David Gamut. Tell me, a Huron scout. Which character is a Huron scout secretly allied with the French in The Last of the Mohicans? It is option C, Magua. Okay, let's move on. Question number 11. Which expressionist play of O'Neill focuses on the interior monologue of its main character, Nina Leeds? Basically, Nina Leeds is the character in which of these plays? Option A, Strange Interlude. B, The Hairy Ape. C, The Emperor Jones. Or D, The Great God Brown. Tell me. It is option A, Strange Interlude, an experimental play in 9 acts which won the Pulitzer Prize. Okay. Question number 12. Which novel by Hemingway is a thinly veiled autobiographical account of his literary life in Paris, published in 1926? Option A, The Sun Also Rises. B, The Old Man and the Sea. C, A Farewell to Arms. Or D, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Tell me, an autobiographical novel by Hemingway is option A, The Sun Also Rises. Question number 13. Which among the following poems by Allen Ginsberg has presented in a stream of consciousness format? Option A, My Sad Self. B, Sunflower Sutra. C, America. Or D, Ether. Stream of consciousness is presented in option C, America, a poem by Ginsberg. Okay, let's move on. Question number 14. Which one among the following is not from William S Burroughs' London Trilogy, not a part of London Trilogy? Option A, The Wild Boys. B, Exterminator. C, Points of Saint. Or D, The Western Lands. Do you know it? Yes, you do. It is option D, The Western Lands. Okay, read the extra information yourself. Let's move on. Question number 15. Which one among the following novels by Saul Bellow is written in diary format and the story centers on the life of Joseph? Option A, Dangling Man. B, The Victim. C, Trip to Galena. Or D, The Actual. Diary format novel by Saul Bellow is option A, Dangling Man. Okay. Question number 16. Who is the author of A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court? Option A, Stephen Crane. B, Arthur Miller. C, Mark Twain. Or D, Richard Wright. A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court is written by option C, Mark Twain. Question number 17. The Good Earth and A Divided House are novels by A, Stephen Dresser. B, Pearl S. Buck. C, Sinclair Lewis. Or D, none of the above. The Good Earth, A Divided House are by option B, Pearl S. Buck, the first American woman to win both a Pulitzer and a Nobel Prize. That's Pearl S. Buck. Okay. Question number 18. The Emperor of the Ice Cream is a poem by option A, Wallace Stevens. B, Robert Frost. C, Emily Dickinson. D, Walt Whitman. Title बड़ा ही बढ़िया है, The Emperor of Ice Cream. It is by option A, Wallace Stevens. Okay. Now this poem actually suggests that life is fleeting and because of that it is precious. Okay. हाथ से निकल न जाए, इसीलिए इसको संभाल के रखो और हमेशा खुश रहो जिंदगी में. Question number 19. Which of the following is a play by Eugene O'Neill? Option A, Confidence Man. B, Death of a Salesman. C, Grapes of Wrath. Or D, The Iceman Comet. a play by Eugene O'Neill is option D, The Iceman Comet, a 4-act play published in 1946. Question number 20. Laura Wingfield, Tom and Tom O'Connor appear in option A, In Cold Blood, B, Go Tell It on the Mountain, C, The Glass Menagerie, or D, The Great Gatsby. Laura, Tom and Tim O'Connor, they are in option C, The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams. Question number 21. Who is the author of the novel House of Mirth? The options are A, Nathaniel Hawthorne, B, Edith Wharton, C, Jack Kerouac, or D, none of the above. House of Mirth is written by option B, Edith Wharton. Question number 22. Which of the following is wrongly matched? Okay, incorrectly matched. A, The Great American Novel is by William Carlos Williams. B, Soldier's Play is by William Faulkner. C, Song of Myself is by Sylvia Plath. Or D, To Kill a Mockingbird is by Harper Lee. Which is not correct? It is option C, Songs of Myself by Sylvia Plath. No. Who has written it? It is a poem by Walt Whitman. This takes us to 23rd question. The Art of Fiction was written by A, Edgar Allan Poe, B, Henry James, C, Percy Lubbock, or D, none of the above. The Art of Fiction is by option B, Henry James. It's a critical essay published in 1884. Okay, question number 24. In Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea, the old man hooks a large fish. What is the fish called? A, sperm whale, B, white whale, C, tiger shark, or D, marlin. You know it. It is option D, marlin. Question number 25. Which is the only work by Nathaniel Hawthorne written in first person? Option A, The House of the Seven Gables, B, The Murders in the Rue Morgue, C, The Blithedale Romance, or D, The Scarlet Letter. Nathaniel Hawthorne's work written in first person is option C, The Blithedale Romance. And we are done halfway through. आपको लग रहा होगा ना कि मैं usually I explain so much in my other lectures, but here I'm just going on and on and on. But believe me, right now, this is what you need. You want to know the correct answers. Abhi bahut pad liya. Okay, explanations bahut ho gaye. Just see, do you know it? If you don't, put it in your brain. Read a little bit about it. But then, let's just move on now. Okay? Question number 26. Who among the following is not a transcendental writer? Option A, Herman Melville, B, Margaret Fuller, C, Walt Whitman, or D, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Not a transcendental writer. It is option A, Herman Melville. Question 27. What is the real name of Mark Twain? Option A, George Galbraith, B, Seuss Geisel, C, Samuel Langhorne Clemens, or D, Ricardo Eliezer. It is option C, Samuel Langhorne Clemens. That's the real name of Mark Twain. Question number 28. So this is the lady who made this big war. Who said this? Option A, Benjamin Franklin, B, Nathaniel Hawthorne, C, Abraham Lincoln, or D, Mark Twain. This is the lady who made this big war. Lines are said by option C, Abraham Lincoln. Question number 29. Call Me Ishmael is one of the world literature's most famous opening lines of which novel? Call Me Ishmael. Which novel begins with this? Option A, Ishmael, B, Moby Dick, C, Billy Budd Sailor, or D, The Martyr. It is option B, Moby Dick. Question number 30. Identify the frontier writers. Option A, Washington Irving and James Fenimore Cooper. B, Nathaniel Hawthorne and Herman Melville. C, Henry David Thoreau and Walden. Or D, Washington Irving and Tennessee Williams. The frontier writers are option A, Irving and Cooper. Question number 31. What was the pseudonym of Harriet Jacobs in her work Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl? So Harriet Jacobs used a pseudonym which is option A, Linda Brent, B, Linda Brennett, C, Linda Cadwell, or D, Linda Lee Cadwell. Say, do you know it? It is option A, Linda Brent. Okay. Question number 32. Who is known as the Nun of Amherst? Option A, Anne Frank, B, George Orwell, C, Emily Dickinson, or D, Bianca Sloane. The Nun of Amherst is option C, Emily Dickinson. Question number 32. Natty Bumppo is a famous character in option A, Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter, B, Herman Melville's White Jacket, C, Mark Twain's A Tramp Abroad, or D, James Fenimore Cooper's The Pathfinder. You find Natty Bumppo in option D, The Pathfinder by J.F. Cooper. Question number 34. Which among the following is not a part of the Rabbit series by John Updike, a sequence of tales about the quiet disintegration of a civilized marriage? Okay, not a part of the Rabbit series. Option A, Rabbit Run, B, Couples, C, Villages, or D, Rabbit at Rest. You know it. It is option C, Villages. Question 35. Who among the following is not an American Jewish writer? Option A, Bernard Malamud, B, Alan Bloom, C, Grace Pally, or D, Isaac Bashevis Singer. Not an American Jewish writer is Alan Bloom. Question 36. Which 20th century American modern poet famously said the following lines? To be nobody but yourself in a world that is doing its best day and night to make you everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight. Who said these lines? Option A, Wallace Stevens, B, E. Cummings, C, William Carlos Williams, or D, Hilda Doolittle. Tell me. To be or not to be? The world wants you to be somebody else, but you are someone else. That's the hardest battle. These lines are by E. Cummings. Option B is correct. Okay. Question 37. Who among the following is not part of confessional poetry of the late 1950s and early 1960s? A, Sylvia Plath, B, Leonard Cohen, C, Robert Lowell, or D, Anne Sexton. Not a part of the confessional poetry. It is option B, Leonard Cohen. Okay. Question 38. Which American romantic poet wrote the famous poem Thanatopsis? Option A, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, B, William Cullen Bryant, C, John Greenleaf Whittier, or D, James Russell Lowell. American romantic poet, the writer of Thanatopsis. It's easy. It is option B, William Cullen Bryant. Question 39. Which American short story writer was better known by his pen name O. Henry? Option A, Edgar Allan Poe, B, Mark Twain, C, F. Scott Fitzgerald, or D, William Sidney Porter. O. Henry, pen name of? It is option D, William Sidney Porter. Question number 40 on your screen. Who is the author of the utopian novel Looking Backward, 2000 to 1887? Option A, Henry James, B, Stephen Crane, C, Edward Bellamy, or D, Henry Cuyler Bunner. Henry Cuyler Bunner, actually. Come on, who wrote Looking Backward, 2000 to 1887? It is option C, Edward Bellamy. Question 41. Who is O. Henry's The Gift of the Magi? Who, in this, The Gift of the Magi, discovers that she has only $1.87 to buy a present for her husband, Jim? Your options are A, Della Young, B, Mrs. Gross, C, Daisy Miller, or D, Daisy Buchanan. सिर्फ $1.87 है तो क्या हुआ दिल से लेना है गिफ्ट पैसों से नहीं बताइए It is option A, Della Young. Question number 42. What is the setting of The Red Badge of Courage, a war novel by American author Stephen Crane? Come on, setting of The Red Badge of Courage is option A, American Indian Wars, B, American Revolution, C, American Civil War, or D, Spanish-American War. It is option C, American Civil War. Okay. Question number 43. Which short story by Edgar Allan Poe has been described as the first modern detective story, and Poe referred to it as one of his tales of ratiocination? Options are A, The Mask of the Red Death, B, The Pit and the Pendulum, C, The Fall of the House of Usher, or D, The Murders in the Rue Morgue. Come on, the short story by Poe, described as the first modern detective story. It is option D, The Murders in the Rue Morgue. Question number 44. Which American writer was also an abolitionist, an advocate for women's rights, and wrote The Doctrine and Discipline of Human Culture? Option A, Henry David Thoreau, B, Amos Bronson Alcott, C, Margaret Fuller, or D, George Ripley. Who has written The Doctrine and Discipline of Human Culture? It is option B, Amos Bronson Alcott. Question 45. Which American short story writer is best known for his short stories Rip Van Winkle and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Easy, इसके तो मैं options भी नहीं पढ़ूंगी. This is very easy. Option B, Washington Irving. Okay. Question number 46. Who of the following made a famous address to the Harvard Divinity School? Option A, Walt Whitman, B, Ralph Waldo Emerson, C, Amos Bronson Alcott, or D, Theodore Parker. Who made the address to the Harvard Divinity School? It is B, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Question number 47 पे आ गए. Who of the following used the pen name Silence Dogood? A, Thomas Paine, B, George Washington, C, Cotton Mather, or D, Benjamin Franklin? किनका pen name है Silence Dogood? It is option D, Benjamin Franklin. And 3 more questions to go. Question number 48. Magnalia Christi Americana, or the Great American Works of Christ, is an encyclopedic work by A, Thomas Paine, B, George Washington, C, Cotton Mather, or D, Benjamin Franklin? Come on. Magnalia Christi Americana is by option C, Cotton Mather. Let's move on to question number 49. The first American novel is considered to be The Power of Sympathy, written by, your options are A, William Hill Brown, B, Royal Tyler, C, Hannah Webster Foster, or D, Francis Hopkinson. The Power of Sympathy is by option A, William Hill Brown. And this takes us to the last question of the day. Captain John Farrago is a Don Quixote-like character created by the 18th century writer A, William Hill Brown, B, Hugh Henry Brackenridge, C, Jeremy Belknap, or D, Charles Brogden Brown. Captain John Farrago character is created by option B, Hugh Henry Brackenridge. And we are done with today's mega countdown revision for NET. The topic we chose is American literature. Tomorrow I'm going to come with another topic. So just listen to us, do your extra studies that you have been doing all these months, and relax now. Ab the fruit ka time aa gaya hai na? As you know, it is going to be great. Believe me, it'll be just for your good. So just relax and read. Keep on reading and be happy and take good sleep. Okay? See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care of yourself.